don't want to say it. 3-2. I don't know which way. What do we think here?
I mean, that would be interesting, right? So this is a rebuilt EC Eternal team. Last season, Eternal was in the Premier League, and they had just about an entirely different roster. We did some moving around with the Seattle teams, and now Eternal's here in the second division with a almost entirely new roster. So very difficult to say how things are going to go. I'd like to think
who's my guy to
Game
watch?
5.
Who do I need to make sure I have my cam on this one? What are you thinking?
Funk is probably your main man for Eternal. And let's throw out probably Dr. Aquatic is going to be your main man for FSD Azul. I think, okay, Aquatic is known to be such a well-rounded player, and Funk is very well-rounded. Deep Sea is a new player, so I'm not sure entirely what to expect. He's a bit of an unknown.
And we got Funk, Deep Sea Philosophy out there. Getting us started. The nightcap, Game 3 underway. EC Eternal and FSD Azul.
Oh, there's an open shot. Philosophy's on that like a flash. Doughboy's going to have to do some solo defending. And that's just going to be a whiff.
Still flying across my screen.
Funk goes low. Oh, and a big save. That's going to be just a complete goal. That save is worth a goal.
Yeah, Philosophy came across at a perfect time to be able to knock that away. That was a near perfect passing setup, too, which I did not see any chance that was not going to find the back of the net. What do you know? Good defense came across and saved it.
Funk, can he follow? He's going to wait, give Philosophy a chance to follow. And it's just going up and down and back and forward.
Not the cleanest start to the game. A little bit of boom ball. Teams are still trying to feel each other out. A couple awkward 50s.
Aquatic with a neat turn. He's alert. If you turn off ball cam for even a second, that would have been a goal. But that is a rookie mistake, and Aquatic is no rookie.
Yeah, I like what Aquatic did there. Pretty much controlled defense, took it up around, knew where his opponents were, made sure it got cleared back to the half line.
Ooh, ball in. Philosophy. That's an impossible save from that angle. Great shot from Doughboy just to put that one in a spot that nobody's going to get to.
Yeah, you look at two of the EC Eternal guys going upfield. While they're going upfield, Doughboy says, I will take that with a little loft. Gets out his pitching wedge, puts it right in the top corner.
Little salt for your chips. Waffle.
Watch out, my wife can make him around the corner if she hears salsa and chips right now.
Salsa and chips are a vice of mine. Good save from Funk. Another goal-saving effort. Mono, a mono. Shot coming in. One mono is better than the other. Dr. Aquatic's going to put him at 2-0.
Yeah, what I really like there is Aquatic's aggressiveness. Doughboy cleared out the house. Aquatic said, I'll take that. Power shot. Not much you can do there with the rabbit on top of the car. That one found the net quick.
It's good to see some of our players joining chat. We've got Raisin Boy after a sweep. Debit's in here. Good to see you guys. And, what? Where's Bear? Get Bear in here.
Funk looking to do something. Puts it across the goal. A little bit of awkward play. Aquatic able to clear it out. And Deep Sea playing in the deep midfield. Unable to answer the call to be able to put that one back towards the goal.
Aquatic cannot get over Philosophy. There's a shot coming in. Good save.
Deep Sea with a good chance. Doughboy says, no, not my house. Cleans that one up. May have a chance on goal here, but it's Philosophy cleaning it up again. Looks for the 50, but they're able to clear it upfield.
This is much, much more competitive. Anyone can win this game. The slight edge, of course, is going to go to Azul, as they've got the 2-0 lead, could be 3. It should be 3.
That was almost the commentator curse once again. But yeah, exactly what you're saying. This has been a much more competitive game. There's a lot of kind of a little bit ugly 50s, not necessarily a lot of ball control, which those games are really hard to read because neither team seems to be making a mistake, and almost a commentator curse once again.
Challenging toward your own net. A dangerous affair. Philosophy taking it out. Full boost. Sees a player to the left. Good save from Aquatic. That's that positioning prowess.
Just a little bit of kind of watching and seeing what's going on here. It seems like Eternal's just having a little bit of trouble getting that final touch. They've had some great 50s. They've had the ball in the right area, but it doesn't seem like they're wanting to get that final attack on it to put a shot on goal.
Bunk. Dusted by Doughboy. You won't say that too often. Doughboy is known as a very aggressive type, not necessarily the finesse player.
Philosophy, good play there to take the ball up the side corner with the demo shot. Oh no, off the post. Did everything but find the back of the goal.
You said it before. The hardest shot in the entire game is the open net. And it's even harder when there's a little bit of an angle.
Oh, there's a reason why one of my first Rocket League names was Open Goals Scare Me. Too true. Too true to start things off.
Bunk keeping it in the orange half. Oh, I think we might see 3. No, a pinch over. It's not really going to make a difference, but 2 is better than 3 if you're coming at this from the Eternal perspective. And really, 2 is enough if you're coming at this from the Azul perspective, because that's a free point right there.
I really like the way that Azul played that kind of last minute and a half. They knew they had the lead. They weren't too aggressive. They got a little defensive, but they were able to complete the shutout. You look at just the way that Aquatic played. 3 saves. Divine Waffle, 2 saves. They split up the goals between Aquatic and Doughboy. Pretty great effort there, like you said, from Azul. We said early on, that was a pretty 50-50 game. It seemed like it was going to bounce either way, and Azul was able to capitalize on their opportunities. On the other side, those open goals, you got to take advantage of those open goals. Those are the hardest thing in the game. I hate them. I have nightmares about them. But you look at if Philosophy could have got that last one, there was an opportunity that cuts it in half with about 30 seconds to go. Never knows what's happened on there. You get a little bit of luck on the kickoff, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a 2-2 game. From there, though, they're going to find something to bounce back. For EC Eternal, I think if they can just generate some of those opportunities, they had great passing. Now you got to find the finish, put it in the back of the net, get a goal, generate some offense.
Yeah, offense is what they need. They did get blanked there in game 1, and with the ending 2-0, that's a very manageable score as long as you're going to get some goals. Giving up 2 is not that bad.
Oh no, I'm feeling probably pretty good about that. There were definitely opportunities, and you said it towards the end of that game. It almost was 3. Azul had opportunities to make it 3, 4, maybe even 5, and I don't feel like Eternal had the offense to necessarily say confidently they could have generated more than maybe a goal if they could have cleaned one up. They had 6 shots on goal, so that's nothing to kind of snark at. They're going to need Deep Sea to step up, get some points, get some shots, generate something. Whether you're going to be offensive or defensive, you want to make sure you create some opportunities for the team. It looks like they have a couple subs coming in with Huskies entering the match for Eternal, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, welcome back, Huskies. It's been a minute. I got to be his teammate for a short while, maybe 2 seasons ago. He is fantastic when he's on.
Uh-oh, there was a win on that question.
I think he had internet troubles, if I remember back then, so maybe they're fixed, but that was his big setback.
You know, sometimes you just gotta feed the hamster to get that wheel of internet going for you.
We've got almost a Guy Giverson comment, again, old reference, but in chat, Maz says, Eternal can take this if they step up in game 2.
It's the old favorite, the team
if they play better, they can probably win.
Oh, look at that from Philosophy. My goodness, the double touch was beautiful. The ball control, car control, everything. That is maybe the goal of the day for us so far. I'm
No,
not even going to say
absolutely.
mate. That was the goal of the
It
day.
is. It's the 50 off the player, ball bounces off the wall, follow, taps it in ever so delicately. Pristine. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah, after being shut out in game 1, you want to have a goal. That is the one that can get you ignited and going in game 2.
Philosophy alone and gets 50'd in the upper net. Doughboy, again, we talked about he is a bit of a bully, as you can be in Rocket League. Very good at demos, very good at 50s. He's a physical player, and he just crushes a 50 on the goal line.
Yeah, you look at the Eternal side of that. They had 2 people sitting in net. Neither of them jumped at the ball right away, and Doughboy said, I will take that, and I will finish that. As Deepsy,
Oh!
what a shot. Now their second goal of this match to make it 2-1.
And curious, does he miss this up high and then go low? Or does he intend it?
Yeah, that was hard to see what that second touch was. Either way, I'm moist. It was beautiful.
2-1, goals are pouring in for Eternal. We talked about how if they can just get a couple goals, their defense was good enough. And they're so far living up to that.
Yeah, Aquatic with a good defensive clear right there to potentially give them an opportunity to double up their lead. Now it's up to Waffle to clean house. Husky's waiting for it on the roof, puts it across the middle, swing and a miss. Don't know who that was flying across my screen, but swing and a miss.
Divine Waffle, ever important backboard clearance, and he gets another touch. Take a bow. That's really difficult for him to pull that off under pressure. That's a skill they were going to want to put into ever more use as this is a long season.
Yeah, completely agree on that one. There were 2 breathing down his neck. If he didn't get that second touch, that was going to be an easy wide open goal because no one was in the backfield.
Oh, good ball in. Deep sea. Aware and just enough to put off the shot as Doughboy does have the follow. It looked like a defensive collapse, I believe.
Yeah, if you're going to look at that replay, Husky looked like he jumped off the corner. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to play. Deepsy had a chance, but Doughboy put it essentially with the only spot that they weren't going to be able to put it, which is inside that inside post. They're going to want to look at that. They're going to want to clean it up. Not too pretty from Eternal, but hey, they're tied in a game that they got to take.
Instant shot. Doughboy is aware and tips that one to safety. 2-2, much more competitive. I think it was Maz called it out in chat that it kind of looked like Eternal was warming up in game 1, and that might just be the case. They're kind of finding a rhythm now. Oh, ball in
Beautiful
over
pass.
the top. Leave it. I
All
think Deep had a
3.
great angle.
Philosophy with the chance. Husky with a chance. Deepsy went flying through. Nothing going. Waffle bangs it off the top of the wall. Not much offense here. It's a lot of kind of careful play. They know they're tied, but not really too many chances being taken at this point of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice play from, I think it was Aquatic, who took a really quick snapshot on net to force Eternal to get back on defense. Doughboy, speaking of defense, that's a goal-saving shot. No, goal-saving save.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play from Deepsy. Deepsy was almost able to come down on that. Oh, but a perfect pass from Huskies across the goal. Like you said, Doughboy shut it down and said, no, not in my house.
Oh, get that out of here. Huskies just pumps it right back at him.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You look at a goal that's going to great use of momentum. We've said this game is super close. All it took was a 50 against the wall right to Huskies. Huskies took it and capitalized. That's what you have to do in a game that seems this close.
There's Funk in chat, cheering on the fellow Sounders as they are attempting to get first win. Is that right? I don't have the standings pulled up in front of my face, but first win or second win. One of those.
Cut to some standings in between games here, maybe.
It could be actually, yeah. This might be tied at 1, so that'll be a very interesting look.
Divine Waffle was a good look. Didn't look like he knew that the ball was right behind his head. Had a chance as it. Again, we're kind of back to this boom ball. Boom ball has helped actually Eternal because Azul was really good with that ball control in game 1. They have not been able to do so in game 2. And And so this kind of feels like it favors Eternal a little bit.
Oh, good save, good positioning. Aquatic put in a finesse shot, right? When you go for accuracy over power.
Oh, Waffle.
Oh, boy.
My
Good
goodness.
play.
Waffle, he's not on the stat sheet on that. Clears out the defense. Look at that. 1 says goodbye to 2. Deep Sea goes flying. Aquatic cleans up the mess. Tied at 3. 42 seconds. This one's anybody's game. I really like this one. This is a good game.
Absolutely, and a bunch of unselfish play there from Azul. Someone not getting on the score sheet, and someone does. I believe it was Doughboy had the shot and kind of went for the pass just to secure the goal. Absolutely, instead of going selfish. Is that North Korea?
That is North Korea.
What are we doing?
I've refrained from saying it, but
Okay.
someone has to call it out.
What do they call
15 seconds
themselves?
left.
Like the People's Republic of Communism? What are they?
Right now it's the People's Republic of we need a goal to win this.
I think it is, yeah. Divine
Seconds from our
Waffle.
first
Ooh.
overtime of the day.
It sure is. Oh, ball in. 50. Doughboy.
Oh, Doughboy had a good bearing on that ball. Hit it straight down into the ground.
Oh, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Okay. Got it.
You don't want to make the cliche of next goal is huge, but nobody home for Eternal. Looking to call. Oh my goodness. Someone just flew across my screen. I just heard a...
It really feels like whoever scores the next goal could take this game.
Oh no. And Husky goes flying.
Deep.
Philosophy sends it back to the same spot. And nobody home for whatever number 3 would have been.
Deep was a bit patient and cautious on that one. I don't know. I might have just rolled.
I don't know what Deep Sea was doing after you said that. Deep Sea is having some trouble with the boost, but makes a good 50 on the corner. Philosophy's taken out. Doughboy trying to take advantage of Husky's clearance. It's Waffle putting it back in. Philosophy able to avoid the bump, clears it.
Yeah, that bump would have done
right there. Oh,
no, Huskies misses it. Near post. Waffle is going to be the winner of this game too. Aquatic, Doughboy, and Waffle all in the 400s. Everybody with a goal. Everybody with an assist. Everybody on their squad is going to come away with a full point. And nothing for EC Eternal. The injustice. They played so well.
I hate to say it. I was cheering for Eternal internally on that one. Had to slay that one a little bit slow, but Azul, just a soft touch. Sometimes the softest touches are the hardest ones to defend because you want to jump up, you get off balance, your car's already in the air. And just an easy goal like that. You hate to see it in an overtime to make it 2-0 for Azul, but that is just really unlucky for Eternal.
Yeah, with the change-up shots, it's almost like you can't trust your reflexes because you're expecting that one to come in. You're controlling your car as if it is, and then once you realize you have time, it's like a different part of your brain takes over, and it's the part of the brain that's not good at Rocket League.
Which is most of my brain, if we're being honest here. But you look at just the way it plays.
Your game. It's not true.
I'm all about self-hate. Let's just be honest. It's just how I have to do it. But we look at the way that the stat line kind of lined up. I mean, look how even these stats were for Azul. I mean, Aquatic, 484. You look at Doughboy, 447. Waffle, 442. Just a perfectly balanced game. Like you said at the beginning of that, they were all on the stat board. They all took part. They all had an assist. They all had a save. It felt like that was just a good team win. And then that change up for that fourth goal. Hate to say it for Eternal, but that seemed like a pretty clean game from Azul. They want to put it away. Again, it's been 50-50. It's been a coin toss, it feels like, this whole game. So you never know. I called for a 3-2 at the beginning of this. I still feel it. I still feel a 3-2.
I would love a 3-2. It just seems like they flipped the coin. Azul, I think Eternal was a bit slow in game 1, so Azul earned that one 100%. Game 2, bit of a coin flip. Eternal's going to have to win 3 coin flips in a row if they want to take the full series. It seems unlikely, so I'm going to change my prediction to 3-1. One more coin flip for Eternal, and then Azul close it out.
Okay with that. I think if Eternal's going to get back into this, they need to get a little bit more physical. I think you look at some of those goals for Azul is because they pretty much cleared out the defense and just gave an open opportunity. If Eternal wants to come back, give them some of their own medicine, bump them out of the way, demo them, create those opportunities for yourself. And I think if you can do that, get those coin flips on your side. I'm still calling it. I want a 3-2.
Well, there might be an opportunity. We've got Huskies, Funk, and Philosophy in. I like the lineup. This could be their strongest lineup, but it's really unclear. It's a bit of an unproven team, unproven chemistry, so that might be why they're rotating so much. I just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a hard thing too here is it's just you got to create that chemistry. And I look at our team with our Dallas Burn squad. We're a bunch of new guys playing together, and there's a bunch of us playing at the same time. And it's both good. It could be bad. You feel like you're in a groove, and you're going to sit out a game. And again, I'm a guy that I don't mind sitting down. I like to give the team out there, and I'm the most mechanical guy. But chemistry is huge in this one. You want to know where your guys are going to rotate.
All I know is that Pico David just needs to be a permanent starter over Caesar at this point. Like,
oh man, there's a lot of call-outs for this one. We're gonna avoid that one. We gotta be team PR, avoiding that conversation.
Ball in. Oh wait, might have done his own team here. Divine Waffle, last one back with plenty of boost and plenty of patience. Most importantly.
Yeah, I think it was kind of weird. I was actually watching Funk on that one, and Funk looked like a fly on the wall, just kind of sitting up there. Wasn't a part of the action. If they're gonna do this, they need all three players to be in the play, and it seemed like there was an opportunity for him to get into the game, and it was kind of just a little too defensive.
Well, there's kind of a couple elements to that sort of thing, right? It's rotations, timing, and trust. So do you know how to basic rotate? And if so, do you know the timing of it? And if so, can you actually trust your teammates so when you go, they drop back? And when they want to go, you have the awareness to drop back, right? So that trust is not just instant, it's earned.
Oh, I really like that from Aquatic. I thought that was going to come straight down. He had a chance. Unfortunately, it bounced straight out and away from the play. And still 0-0 here. One more 2 minutes played here in the third game of a game that Turtle has to have.
Good awareness from Waffle off the line.
I was trying to give y'all a goal. I was trying to go some commentator curse. It didn't work on that one.
100%. I am actually so curious. What is the reason for the North Korea flag? It's got me thinking.
They just want to bother the commentators.
I guess.
Some really good defense here. I mean, there's been some really solid saves on some difficult shots. Not necessarily the most power on them, but they're in uncomfortable positions, and putting your opponents in uncomfortable save situations typically is going to lead to a goal.
Typically, so far, nothing, but there's still plenty of time. And of course, if we don't find anything in the next 2 minutes, we're going to have infinite time to get it done in extra time, right? Maybe we set a brand new record.
Almost the commentator's curse there. We're trying. Wow. We're really trying to generate a goal in this one.
Yeah, no. I should have shut up way long ago.
No. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Aquatic comes home with a sweet finish. Kind of dove in on a ball that wasn't really cleanly cleared. Funk had a chance. Nothing. Aquatic threaded the needle past Philosophy to give that opening goal. So now it's Eternal. They're chasing. They want to avoid that sweep. They got to generate a goal here.
They need one. They're on the back foot. They're on the wrong side of a 2-0 series scoreline. I feel like they deserve at least 1 point coming out of this evening, but right now, we've just got a complete performance from what is a very, very solid Azul team.
Yeah, I really like what Azul's doing right there. They pretty much packed house and said, you're not going to get a good shot on this. Great rotation for defense. Could lead to some offense.
Ooh. Open net for Doughboy. There's a Rule 1 respected on the wall. Nice.
That was about as tough as you get. Philosophy almost cleared it out. It was Waffle and couldn't see. Was it Funk on the other one?
I believe it might have been Funk.
Funk with the poor rabbit on top of the car. Had to watch that one fly into his own net.
Was it worth it, Funk? Was it?
It's always worth it. Gotta respect that roll 1.
Huskies and Funk colliding. Aquatic. He's gonna win that 50. 0 boost to follow it. Funk is looking to get aggressive, and Philosophy whiffs. Unfortunately, Husky's gonna have to do some defending.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity, a great look for Philosophy. There's been a couple of those, and that's what I said. This is one of those 50-50 games. When you get those opportunities, you gotta score those. And there's been a couple of those that Philosophy has had, and if you're gonna take something from this game, it's that they created the opportunities. Just like this one,
patience.
Another beautiful finish.
I did not think Huskies... Hang on. It was an own goal.
Yeah, we had a demo, and we had Waffle sending it into his own net.
What are we doing? I mean, regardless, this gives EC Eternal a lifeline. 20-some seconds. But,
I'm gonna borrow an Eternal jersey. I'm putting it on. I would like to see an extension of this game.
Another one, Doughboy, not known for his amazing defending, but he's good enough, and he's good enough there.
Pretty much just have to touch this away to send it home for the sweep, and an opportunity.
Oh,
not able to send it towards the goal.
You're gonna have to catch and flick, and neither happen. Ball touches grass. We've got 3 consecutive sweeps.
Yeah, it's sweep season here on Rocket League, and nobody likes sweep season. GGs have been called. It's been dedicated to you for a great call.
Yeah, me or Skyline, you never know.
Yeah, I think that's tough. I mean, again, I think Azul that was a really good team win. That's really the first one that you've seen anybody not around the same stat line. But Doughboy, again, coming up clutch, 3 saves, a goal in that one. Aquatic picking up the other goal, and it was just enough to edge Eternal. It was a game. I mean, honestly, that game felt... Every single game in that series was close, and it doesn't feel like a game that Eternal deserved the sweep. But that's Rocket League for you. You don't generate goals, you don't finish that open goal, and you get punished for it. And Azul was able to do that, and I really props to just the way Doughboy, both offensively, defensively. You mentioned it, Doughboy, who you don't always hear on the defensive side, feel like played really good defense to seal that win.
I mean, you said it, as Eternal was edged for 3 games in a row, and they just couldn't get it done at the end.
Yeah, it just felt like one shot. I mean, Philosophy had a chance. Funk had a chance. I feel like Husky was putting up passes. They couldn't get them, and likewise the other way around. And that game could have gone either way, but Azul is already riding home, and man, it is 11:20 East Coast. I was thinking we were going to be playing for a little bit, but 3 sweeps in a row, and now we're just waiting for interviews.
And speaking of interviews, if everyone's ready, which I doubt we are, but it looks like we are going to have a couple. We've got Frontera, aka Azul, is going to be coming up first, followed by Eternal. And up first for Azul is going to be Dr. Aquatic himself. My player to watch for Azul, and he came good in all 3 games. Welcome into the lobby, Dr. Aquatic. How are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Okay, if I'm honest, I was disappointed that we had another sweep. But aside from that, I'm doing great.
Hey, I'm glad. I feel like I always step it up another level when you're commentating. So
I'm glad to help you out against my
give you a little shout out there.
From the unbiased side of things, it felt like that game, like all 3 of those games were really close, teeter-tottered either way. Did it feel like that on the field, that it was close, or did you guys feel confident like, hey, this is ours, we just need to finish it up?
I mean, they definitely felt close. I mean, all I think they had 5 people play for them, or maybe it's just 4, but I couldn't notice a difference between any of them that went to the lineup. They're all solid players, and they definitely had us teetering there at times. And shout out to EC Eternal. They played a hell of a game. I spied on the series that they played from the first week against Steel Army. because Steel Army knocked the socks out of us. So I just did my homework a little bit, and luckily we were able to pull out the victory. But yeah, it definitely felt close. It felt like if we made if we made a big mistake, they were definitely going to capitalize on it, and vice versa. We felt if they made a mistake that we'd capitalize on it. So it was just going to be whoever could be more consistent throughout the matches.
Yeah, I mean, you were incredibly consistent. Yeah, at least to me, you're known as a very nice all-round player, very competent in defense, midfield, offense. There's really no deficiencies there. I mean, you've played with your teammates now. Do you have roles kind of assigned to everybody? Do you have a skill set that's known about you and your team already, or is it too early to tell?
Well, I mean, me and Doughboy have been playing right for a few seasons, and usually we're lining up together. So I think Doughboy knows the way I play. I know the way Doughboy plays, and we're very rotational heavy. And I know Doughboy likes to get on the demos. Waffle, we played a lot of warm-up matches in the previous weeks, and I know Waffle's solid in the air. If we give him chances in the air, he will finish them. And I know for Waffle, just making sure that our rotations are clean. That way he feels confident and can go tack the ball. And if he happens to whiff, or if anybody of us happens to whiff, we're confident that the guy behind us will be there to save the day. So I think none of us are really focusing on individuality. I think we're just focused on having solid rotations. And, if someone makes a mistake, if the rotation goes correctly, someone should be there to clean it up.
We look at that second game into overtime, with what seemed to be a pretty crucial game in that kind of coin toss atmosphere that the series was. It's a little change-up type of goal that wins it. What do you think led to that? It seemed like some physical play created some opportunity, and then what is it? I think like a 25-mile-an-hour goal ends up winning it. What were y'all thinking in that overtime, and how was it to kind of get a goal like that to take that second game?
Well, I'll take it back to game one. I think, we knew they were really good rotationally. And so that first game, honestly, my goal was just let's not concede a goal. And in game two, they scored pretty early. I think Philosophy scored pretty quickly on us. And I think that kind of threw us off a little bit because we kind of wanted to be very clean considering the amount of goals we gave up against Steel Army. But yeah, definitely in that game, I think we had to get really aggressive. I think we even called it out with like a minute 30. I think I broke rotation, and then Doughboy called me out on it, and I said, well, we got a minute left. We gotta go for the goal to tie it, to take it into overtime to begin with. So I think after that we were just, playing aggressive, and we knew if we could pressure them enough that we could score, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I've got back-to-back questions for you. We're gonna go a completely different direction.
You're gonna ask about the chat here, aren't you?
I'm hearing in chat, okay. You boil and overcook your chicken. You overcook your chicken by boiling it. I just want you to maybe help us out with this allegation.
Ooh,
no comment here.
Ooh, I don't know. I guess.
Okay, I think that's true. Confirmed.
Yeah, you got me there. Can't dispute that. You caught me. If I was confident I didn't do that, I would have answered right away.
Yeah. Real question though. Your fourth teammate, I believe the name is Tech9. Is that right? I haven't seen them play. Have they had any time yet and I just missed it? And what can we expect?
Now, Kima's definitely in the roster. He's been asking. And Kima has played like a lot of, private lobbies with us and stuff. So, Kima's a big fan of SDFC, and I'm sure at some point we'll give him a run out. But same thing as the four of us, rotations. So I think we kind of taught him, at least in those private lobbies, about rotation and where to be and what to do. So hopefully he's been playing a lot. But yeah, another solid guy that should rotate well in the lineup.
Yeah, I tried to find him on the Rocket League tracker. Couldn't do it. Can you enlighten us? Like, what can we expect? Is he mechanical, rotation heavy, defense? And give me a rank. I'm very interested.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Kima was like plat, like mid plat. I think. I can't remember correctly. But I mean, Chemo is very solid at like knowing the rotations and stuff like that. Obviously, we've all been there. Just got to work on, flying, flicking the ball, getting solid hits. So he has the rotational part down. I'm sure he's working on the other things that make a well-rounded Rocket League player.
Just want to let Smashly know in the chat that we're paid by the hour, so we have to extend this interview as long as we possibly can. Last question for me. What are y'all taking from this that y'all want to improve going to the next match?
Definitely that we could compete against the top team. So I know Steel Army beat the crap out of us, but I think that was a one-off. I think we'll be better the second time around, and I know we have some solid teams coming up. So I just think we feel good that we can get a victory against a great team. That's why it feels good, because EC Eternal is a great team, rotate well, so we can feel good about that. And hopefully we can take that momentum into playing a team like the Rebellion, playing a team like the other EC side. So it gives us some confidence that we can rotate well and win.
Great, appreciate it, Aquatic. I'm gonna cut Toad off before the chat yells at him, so we're just gonna keep him safe from the community. But we appreciate it. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Shout out to my boy Toad. Every time you're on the stream, I gotta ball out for you, man.
Let's go.
He was wearing your
appreciate
jersey
it.
all match, so he just needs to get a signature now.
Just never again versus Seattle, please.
Those are my favorite matches, though. All right, y'all have a good night.
Appreciate you.
Right. Take care.
We gotta save you from the chat. So the chat there's some anarchy going on over here.
It's just smash. There's no saving me from.
It's really just one, right? That's just
Yeah.
one causing chaos.
Former captain couldn't handle the heat, and then he just defaulted me to captain. So that's Smashly. We should have another interview coming from Philosophy Girl any moment. Someday. Could happen.
All right. While we wait, what are we thinking? MLS playoffs this weekend. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Take it over.
Hello. You played great. Everyone actually did play great on both squads, but somehow it was a sweep. How are we feeling?
Oh crap! I have the stream on. A horrible echo. My heart is racing a million times a minute. It has nothing to do with the 3 monsters I've drank today. So yeah, interesting game. I felt like at every moment it felt winnable, and then we got 3-0'd, which was a bit of a weird feeling. Because it was just like, we can get back into this, we can get back in this. It honestly felt like that even in the last few seconds of game 3. Like, if we can reverse sweep, if we just, it just felt like there was a chance, there was like a switch that could have been made, and it didn't. So, a little disappointing, but I think we're doing pretty good. We just need to get that win,
Seems like one of those games. I said it 100 times. I know Toad was calling me out in the chat for saying it was a coin toss every single game. Did it feel like that on the field? It was just it was 150 away.
Game 2. That didn't feel like a coin toss. That felt like we should have won that. And we had the jump. We were going back and forth, and we scored first, so it felt like, okay, we're going back and forth. We're probably gonna, and I think we were 3-3, and instead of us scoring next as it had been, they scored next, and that just, or no, it just stayed tied, and we went to overtime. Oh god, that was an interesting game.
And just following up to that overtime game, a goal like that goes in, it has to be disappointing. But at the same time, the fact that you guys battled to get to that point, do you take some positives from that?
I guess. I mean, I do. Like I said, I feel like we played well. I think we're a good team. I'm excited for next week. I don't really think we wanted the bye last week anyway. It felt a little weird to do our first game. and then just sort of like sit around for like a week. But you know, excited. Fuck. My heart is literally like, I got so sweaty. Like they were really pushing us. Like I feel like we did so well, and they pushed us to do so well, just to even stick with them as well as we did.
No, absolutely. I was going to comment, like, whatever you do, do not buy a lottery ticket today. This is not the one after that many coin flips gone wrong. But it seemed like at least a point would have been maybe fair. But I guess ball don't lie. I guess.
Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, but we'll be back next week, and ball won't lie the right way.
The ball won't lie all the way to 4 points. Yeah. I'm interested. Can you give me some insight on what you think is your best lineup without throwing too much shade? You can couch it all you want,
Yeah.
but what do you think is your best lineup?
Well, we just got Huskies, and it's like the first time we play with him. So I probably would have said me, Deeps, and Fung, but he's good. Like, and a Difo. I mean, we still want to play a Difo. I don't really give a fuck. This isn't RLCS. I don't think any of us are gonna tell anyone no. He just had to work this week.
I was gonna ask. He's in the lobby, like, alone in the voice chat. I think more than not.
He's at work, watching in the voice chat with us. Yeah, he's a good teammate. I like him. He's a good friend. He's cool.
Hey, you talked about your Huskies joining, and we actually mentioned as he was entering the match that, hey, this could be a guy that's a game changer. Do you think that's just going to be a chemistry thing? Y'all get working together and you can see it build from there?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I felt like we had really good chemistry, though. Like, of course, we played for like 2 hours before this all together, with some other Sounders people in the public voice chat for preparation, like we did last time. So we were definitely like fired up, at least for the day, you know.
Hey, there's a Dayfo. There he is in chat. He's, as you know what, as expected, he's working.
Yeah.
So, but he's also here, and that's also expected.
He has his Emerald City jersey on at work, right? That's what's going on.
Is there an
The
Emerald
Dayfo?
City?
Can we
Do
answer?
we have a jersey?
If you don't, you got to get one now. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, see, there we go.
absolutely.
Yeah, confirmed.
I don't have I don't think I'm not Faker. I don't have like an esports jersey. But
Do we
yeah,
have
no.
a win yet? Sorry to cut in. Do we have a 4-point win, or is that still coming up next week?
What do you mean by do we have a 4-point win?
I can't remember the table yet. I know you have some points.
We have one. We have
One, okay.
win.
So the
We
4
have
points is
a-
happening next week, is what I'm being informed by the scriptwriter.
Oh yeah, the scriptwriter. I've been talking to him, giving him some notes.
It sounds like she's right at the amount of monsters to get that 4-point win. So now it's just a matter of making it happen, right? That's where we are.
Yeah. No, I need to go beyond. I need to reach levels that I only reached in college.
Amen to that, us old people.
But yeah.
That's all my questions. I won't keep waffling. You know Smashley. He's ready to go.
Yeah. Well, there's also a waffle you can you can interview. Because I saw the name of one of them over there. But okay, is that?
Yeah, we appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks so much. It was a good match. It was
GG.
close. Get it next week.
Do you want an opportunity to shout out to people before you leave?
To shout out my team, yeah, for sure. Huskies, you know, I don't think any of us have Twitches, but Funksider, Deepsy's great. Deepsy serves up some fucking amazing shit. That game where we beasted against Steel Army, I scored a lot of goals, but he had some amazing assists, so he's great. All right, well, GG's. I'm gonna hop off. All right.
All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you. All right, that is Philosophy Girl for Eternal. Unfortunate for them, a result that does not go their way. Maybe doesn't even result the effort on the field. It's a third consecutive sweep in a row, leaving them with 1 point on the table. But yeah, let's swing over to the fixtures for this week. Again, I guess let's just go over the new stuff. Axe and Rose, swept by Rebellion. Steel Army, sweeps Los Verdes. And EC Eternal, swept by FSD Azul. That all happened in this stream, so if you missed it, I don't think we can go back. Wait for it to end and then watch the replay or the upload on YouTube. To recap the week, El Matador dropped Game 5 versus La Cinco Doce, and I believe that was their first win of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Emerald City RC take down Sounders RC in a bit of a civil war match in Game 4. And then your own Dallas Burn fall to FSD Chrome, who look very, very good this season. And there's one game to go. Timbers Army versus KC Cauldron. That's going to be electric. Two fantastic teams who go the distance every season. At least every season that Loy Boy is involved for Timbers Army. He's nuts. And that's going down tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern.
Yeah, good night. You look at, there's 3 sweeps, but I think we at least ended with a close game. It felt like a close one despite the sweep. And our sponsor tonight, Sweep City, sweeping all of our matches 3-0. So it feels like just one of those things where they were predicted to go a certain way. They kind of went a certain way and they went there. But I think if we're looking at a team that could probably take the most positive out of night, I think it's Eternal. I think at the end of that, any of those 3 games, they were right in to take at least a point there. It felt unfair that they didn't get any of them. But I think that's the team I'm looking for. That's the team that they left with positives. They left hyped up on Monster. Monster's going to get you some dubs. So I think they're feeling at least a little bit good about themselves. But I think the one I was probably the most excited to see was Rebellion. Rebellion lived up to their name, put that game away pretty early, and Steel Army had a little bit of an easy cakewalk in some ugly scores, but it was an exciting night despite the sweeps.
Yeah, and to speak some life into Axe and Rose and Los Verdes, they're playing probably the top 2 teams in the league by some margin. So however they perform, whatever positives they can take will actually be effective for the rest of the league and the rest of their matches going forward. So it's not just a little consolation like, oh, Canty played okay. No, Canty's going to be great this season, guys. So they just had really tough opponents, but look forward to those players to be the talisman going forward. So there are positives to take away, even if you got smacked up the side of the head.
All right, let's look at the important thing. Where's the table? Let's drop the table to
The
call this
table.
thing.
There's FSD Chrome. Yeah, that would make sense. The talented team, as you might have experienced.
Yes, we got the wrong end of that one on our side. Dallas Burn 1 and 2. Our win was the most exciting maybe of the season, though. I'm gonna just say it. We reverse swept our way into it. To be at 1 and 2, El Matador probably feel a little surprised for them that they're at 1 and 2 right now. I think where we look at on the Premier side, there's a lot of coin flips over there, but you're right. Chrome is everything that it seems like they were sold to be. I'm really interested to see tomorrow night's match. You see Cauldron going for their 3rd match versus Timbers. Cauldron wanting to stay undefeated when they play tomorrow night. Timbers Army wanting to get up above and stay above 500. I think that's going to be a good match. I think it's 2 teams that have a lot to prove, and it's 2 teams that are going to decide where they want to be at the table. Do you want to be in the mid pack? Do you want to get up to the top? And an early season, just your 3rd match of the season, can go a long way getting those points early in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. KC Cauldron, Timbers Army, they're gonna be, I think, top 4, right? There looks to be a divide. Chrome, ECRC, KC Cauldron, and Timbers Army seem to be on a different level, and maybe unknown how El Matador and Dallas Burn can perform after the split. La Cinco Doce and Sounders RC, probably a lot to prove for the rest of the season. So I might expect them to be on the bottom 4, but anything can happen. Over there on the right, it basically looks like Steel Army and Rebellion are in a dogfight for the top spot, and everyone else is just below them.
Yeah, I think you said that right. There's a reason why the 3 sweeps tonight are the 3 teams at the top. Steel Army and Rebellion kind of has set the standard. I don't think Azul's gonna be. They're gonna want to come back and they're gonna say, hey, we could be in that conversation too. You heard that a little bit during the post-game interviews that they feel like that second matchup, when they get their chemistry down the line, is going to be different. You look at Rebellion; they're able to take care of business as well and put their game away. And I think what's actually a little bit more interesting than the top of the table, it's that fight at the bottom. I mean, yes, there's some confidence there for some of those teams. I think when you look at Eternal, they probably feel like they should have some more points. You look at Defiance, probably feel like they could be a little bit stronger. Axe and Rose too. I mean, those teams played pretty well. Eternal and Axe and Rose, to the point where maybe it's a little unjust that they got swept. Probably could have got a point. They played pretty well. So I think they're going to want to be part of that conversation to go down this. And I think it is probably a 2-team race, but don't count Azul out just yet.
I think you said it. That's the recap on the table. EC Eternal on 1 point, Los Verdes on 0. It's going to be a tough uphill battle for them, so we'll look to see some positive storylines later in the season. I hate seeing teams go winless. I don't expect that to happen, but it's happened before, and yeah, that's always a sad thing.
It happens to us mechanically challenged individuals.
Yes, I was going to comment. It's been such a nice stream. This is your first time commentating. I'm going to shout that out. So
yes, it's been fun. I like it. I feel like I'm back in the commentating seat for the first time in a while. I have not done commentary since doing Division I basketball on the radio, so it felt fun. It's obviously a pleasure doing it with you and the guys that have been a part of the SGL. I'm new to this. This is my first year in. It's been fun just gaming with you guys, playing with guys like Caesar on our team. Hype Man all over across our team, Luis throwing down in Battlefield. I mean, everybody in here has been really great. So for those out here listening, it's a cool community to be a part of, and just kind of excited to see where it can grow and maybe bring in some of those things that I've done in my kind of professional past, maybe into this league, and we can do some cool stuff.
Well, I didn't know you were coming in with credentials. I was going to say great job for your first time, but now,
yeah, I've done a little bit of some basketball and some other work. So yeah, we've been here.
Okay. Well, I'm not as impressed now. But
I'm sorry. I'll do better for you next time.
No, it was fantastic. Such a fun time. I want to shout out people in the chat. I'm seeing Caesar. Maz has, of course, been here the whole time. Andrea, a.k.a. Philosophy Girl. Deep Season here after the game. Funk and Debit, and we're going all the way back to Smashly and Bird. The Sergeant Patrol, I can't remember who that one is. Doughboy. So many people are on here and back. Luis Raisin. We had Debit, Sergeant and on it goes.
Aquatic. Yep.
Aquatic, yeah.
Yep. And Spanky. And again, a huge shout out to Maz. Like, the production that's done here, like, is amazing. Like, to have the broadcast.
And a Dayfo, sorry.
Yeah, and what's funny, he was the most active in the chat, so I'll call that. At work watching us, so even more props there. I'll enjoy that. But yeah, Maz, like this is such a cool production, such a cool thing to see streaming and just have fun playing some games.
There's Skyline, aka the other Toad. But I think it's probably our time. Remember, tune back in tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. Or 7:30 Pacific for what could be the premier match of the week, Timbers Army and KC Cauldron, because of the implications. It's been a great stream. Three consecutive sweeps, but it's been fun the whole way around. It's been a pleasure. I think it's time to hop off. So I've been Toad Death. I've had a great time, and thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Toad. It's been a pleasure, and y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next time.